But it's very important to acknowledge trees. What I'm going to be doing today, I'm taking a day off, and I'm going to go up into the woods and the mountains and just look at the earth as it's waking up from the winter. It's a fun thing to do. I'm going to go every week for the next 10 weeks just to watch it, just to watch the earth wake up and see the changes from week to week. It's really exciting for me to see that. And it's a wonderful thing for us as a city to acknowledge the tremendous benefit that the beauty and the utility of trees bring to our community. There are not many things that I can imagine that are more appropriate to honor someone, either during their lifetime or as a memorial after they have passed away, than to have a tree planted in their honor or in their memory. To me, that's just a beautiful thing, because you come out every month and you look at a tree and you stand in the same spot, and it's going to look different. Every single month, it's going to be different. But every one of them is beautiful. That's something we don't do often enough, is just stand and look at the beauty of nature. It is all around us, and so many times we just walk by and don't even pay attention. I see people walking on the sidewalk. They're not getting exercise, which is a good thing. But what are they doing? They're holding their phone. They're doing like this. And they don't realize what they're walking by. They don't even see the bushes and the trees and the beauty of nature. They don't listen to the birds. They don't look down and see the little critters that you got to get on your knees sometimes to see. And they're missing out. There's so much there if we just take the time to look at it. And that's what we're doing this morning. We're taking the time to dedicate a part of the world, a part of nature, in honor of people who have experienced, as we all have to a certain degree, the trauma of the past year. I want to read this proclamation. It's not terribly long, but I think it's important. I think it's important enough for me to read it. Whereas the City of Marion Tree Board has decided to dedicate its Arbor Day celebration on this date to those who have lost their lives due to the COVID-19 emergency, personnel and essential workers. Whereas 2 trees in the South Main Street Park will be planted in honor of those who have passed from COVID-19 and in honor of emergency and essential workers. And whereas COVID-19 is an illness caused by a virus that can transmit from person to person and is spread across the world, creating a global pandemic that is having catastrophic effects on human life, our community, and on our economy. And whereas local and state governments, health departments, and public servants have taken bold actions to protect residents, support struggling local economies, and find innovative ways to provide services. And whereas in response to the rapid spread of COVID-19 and stay-at-home orders, emergency personnel and essential workers have stepped up to provide critical services to help protect our communities and save lives, sacrificing at times their own health and safety. And whereas the symptoms and severity of COVID-19 can vary dramatically by individual, and the long-term health implications for survivors is largely unknown, as many survivors suffer with lingering side effects of the disease long after they no longer test positive. And whereas more than 2.47 million people worldwide, with over 525,000 in the United States alone, and more than 70 in McDowell County, have lost their lives due to this deadly virus. And whereas each life lost to COVID-19 mattered and leaves a hole in the hearts of loved ones, family members, and of the surrounding community. Whereas public health guidance and policies targeted at prevention, such as social distancing, wearing masks in public, and staying home, help mitigate the spread of COVID-19, prevent illnesses, and lessen the burden on individuals and society. Now, therefore, I, Stephen R. Little, Mayor of the City of Marion, and in conjunction with the Marion Tree Board, ask McDowell County citizens to visit this South Main Street Park, to look around and remember those who have lost their lives to COVID-19, and to remember the emergency personnel and essential workers who have tirelessly worked to ensure the safety of our community. So proclaimed this the 12th day of March, 2021.